Ain't that the truth? There's just some things that we don't want to let go. Happy Friday, guys. Today's December 1st, 2023, and it's about 2:48 p.m. here in Northern California. And I hope you guys like that song. And ain't it true? Some things we just don't want to see go. And you know, the last few weeks, we have been dealing with some things at a major scale that just hurt our industry. It hurts our industry, but also helps our industry. And, you know, for many years, I've been coming on my YouTube channel, talking to all of you guys about final expense. But in general, we have always talked about insurance marketing. We've always done that over all these years. And for me personally, that marks 20 years. And here on YouTube, since 2016, I started coming on here and sharing with all of you guys this message. Final expense, lead generation, and what? Compliance. And in compliance, sometimes we have to deal with new regulations that can truly hurt our business or help our business. And in this case, it does both. And I wanted to get on here today on this Friday to share with all of you guys here that have tuned into us for years, to just share some bad news and at the same time be able to help all of you figure out how to move forward. And what I'm talking about is if you are an insurance agent that currently buys leads from different sources, this would apply to you. What I mean by that is if you're a one-man agent and you're buying leads from this company, that other company, you got maybe 10 companies that you buy leads to sell your final expense insurance, then this would apply to you. If you're a business that buys leads for any service or goods or services, then this would apply to you. But the FCC has for years, been contemplating certain things that they wanted to change, and it has come, and today's that day. And I want to share with you guys what I mean by that, because a lot of you guys are sitting here on the 1st of December of 2023 and are clueless on these issues. Again, if you're a one-man show, one agent that's currently buying leads, and you're buying leads from different groups, or maybe one lead vendor selling you leads, then this is going to really, really shake you up. And let me share with you guys what I mean by that. The FCC is basically moving forward with one, require terminate mobile wireless providers to block all text from a particular number when notified by the commission of illegal text from that number. Codify that the National Do Not Call DNC registry protection extend to text messages. Encourage providers to make email to text a major source of illegal text, a service that consumers proactively opt into. And here's the main one, guys. Close the lead generator loophole by making unequivocally clear that comparison shopping websites must get consumer consent one seller at a time, and thus prohibit abuse of consumer consent by such websites. This right here is a major, major blow to anybody that's buying leads, as well as the marketing companies that are generating leads. And I want to share with all of you guys here that follow me an article that was written by attorney J.TROUTMAN, who's a very well-known lawyer in the space of TCPA. And in the last few days, he's really dropped some great articles, bringing all of us some clarity from a legal standpoint on this issue. And in this particular article that he did 4 days ago, And I'll go ahead and post the link in the content section here for you guys to make it easier. He does a deep dive examining the practical impacts of the FCC's new TCPA ruling on express consent and lead generation. And I'm going to spend some time reading it to you guys because I really respect Eric. I personally have been following him for several years now, and he really does know what he's talking about. But I'm going to go ahead and read some of this. What does this ruling do? Three things. It extends DNC protection to text messages. No big deal. We can all agree on that. It redefines prior express written consent to mean an agreement that authorizes no more than one identified seller to contact a consumer. Importantly, the word seller means the company providing goods or services to a consumer, not a lead seller. It requires that calls must be logically and topically associated with the interaction that prompted the consent. And we'll move along here. What does it mean that no more than one seller be identified in the consent? The term seller in this provision means that the person or entity on whose behalf a telephone call or message is initiated for the purpose of encouraging the purchase or rental or investment in property, goods, or services, which is transmitted to any person. So for everybody that follows me, if you're an insurance agent, then your goods and services are final expense, funeral insurance. So in this case, if you were to purchase a lead, the lead that you purchase has to be logically associated with the topic of final expense. Let's move on. So what does that mean to ping posts? Dead. Multi-vertical leads, dead. Co-reg leads, dead. Age leads, dead. Sweepstakes, dead. How will it impact aggregators and networks? Dead. How will it impact publishers? For a lot of you guys that are affiliates and publishers, well, I can agree with Eric here. The good old days are over. Because what is very common, especially with final expense, is that we use our landing pages, our networks, and we generate tons of leads. But moving forward, publishers, we have to gain the consent for the single company that's buying the lead or the agent that's making the order. And that right there is a major, major problem for most of us that are in the marketing space. It's impossible to accommodate the buyer. And who's the buyer? The agent that's buying the lead, or the goods and services in this case. They are the ones that are really losing out. The little guy. There's not going to be no leads because web forms have to consent by their name. So let's say I'm Laura Herrera, the insurance agent, and I call XYZ marketing company, and I just want to make an order of 20 leads. And I have money in my hand and I'm willing to pay a premium for it. Well, there's really no leads for me to buy because the marketing company, their investment into the advertisements, into their landing pages, into the ad spend is so much higher just to deliver 20 leads to you that you're just too small for them to even pull the trigger. So, can you imagine if you're a small business owner and you don't have the deep pockets to pay the marketing company to build out a brand for you? Well, you're pretty much fried. Eric Troutman really has broken this down, and I encourage you guys to go there um, and read up on his articles because he has a touch on it. But this new ruling, it truly does hurt the lead industry. And for a lot of us as insurance agents that do not have a lead system in place or don't have a partnership in place that has a lead system in place that is compliant according to the new guidelines here, well, they're in a really bad situation. And I want to share a little bit more about, what is a lead generator? And Eric really captures it. Lead generators operate many different kinds of businesses, all of which are designed to connect consumers who want information regarding product and services they need to businesses, usually small businesses that can provide those products and services. One of the most common form lead generation is online web forms. Most consumers are familiar with LendingTree or Zillow, who connect consumers with lenders or real estate agents, respectively, but tens of thousands of such websites exist. They are usually run by small businesses, publishers, who work with networks, aggregators, that buy large volumes of submissions to create marketplaces where lead buyers, okay, if you're an agent out there, right, and you're buying 20 or 10 or 50 or 100, then you are a lead buyer. You can gain access to information for consumers who are interested in their products based upon specific criteria the lead buyer sets. So again, if you're an insurance agent and you're a final expense agent, you call XYZ marketing company and you what? Buy that lead. And I'll continue reading. When done properly, lead generation is a wonderful thing. It allows consumers to comparison shop and be connected with small businesses in their exact geographic region that can meet their precise needs based upon their precise circumstances and without having to shop multiple websites. It is good for consumers and serves as an under herald superpower of the American economy, and hundreds of thousands of small businesses in this nation rely on lead generation as a key driver of their growth and success. When done improperly, however, it is a key driver of unwanted robocalls, obviously. What is TCPA for all you guys that are new and watching this video for the first time? The Telephone Consumer Protection Act is the federal government's crown jewel response to the nation's robocall epidemic. It doesn't work for various reasons, but it has been on the books since 1991. Under the TCPA calls, no cellular phones using certain regulated technologies are illegal without express consent. Ladies and gentlemen, this ruling affects you. It affects all of us. And, when does this ruling go into effect? Next year. According to from what we've gathered, it will go into effect January, maybe February. But moving forward, if you buy a lead, that lead has to have your name on it. And if you're a life insurance agent, It has to have your name on it, your national producer license number on it, in order for you to be in compliance with that lead source. The days of you buying leads from somebody else or a marketing company are basically over. And for me personally, we have been watching this for several years now, myself and my team. And this is one of those nightmares that we had talked about many, many times over and over. We had, thought about what would happen to our business in the event that opt-in became obsolete in this sense. And for all those call centers that make cold calls, well, they're cold calling because you can cold call and solicit business as long as you are DNC compliant. But when you generate a cold call live transfer and you create the voice disclosure that includes the DNC, it now has to include the name of the buyer that purchased your leads. So over the course of the last few months, we have stayed ahead of this game, and we do have a solution for you. And if you'd like to learn more about what that solution is, whether you're an agent or you're in the lead business, please give me a call and I would love to share it with you. And I think that once you see the solution, especially for you as an insurance agent, that we have available for you, it will be a lifesaver. Because for many of you agents, come the first of the year, you will not be able to buy leads because there won't be no leads available to you, simply because of this simple FCC ruling that's gone into effect. So I will go ahead and put the links that I shared with you here in the content section, as well as my website. And I encourage you to reach out. I'd be more than happy to share with you the strategies that we have in place currently for insurance agents. And as you know, we have an exclusive opportunity with Senior Life, but we also help a lot of folks deal with their compliance. So go ahead and give us a call, send us a message, and we'd be more than happy to help you. God bless, and see you at the top. Bye-bye.